I am here on a very chilly night in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, and right behind me here is the building where Prime Minister Justin Trudeau spends his days, or a significant part of them anyway. But in this episode, I want to tell you why there is absolutely no chance of anyone, or everyone rather, no chance of everyone liking everything this guy does. And it's not because of him, it's really because of any politician, and this applies to business owners as well, and to you, and I'll explain why coming up. All right, so here's the deal. It's fair to say that Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is an international celebrity. Beyond the fact that he's the Prime Minister of Canada, he's just kind of a celebrity in his own right, his own style, the things he's done to help not only human rights and equal rights between men and women and all that stuff. He just seems to be a popular guy who has that thing that seems to get people's attention. Now, here's what's interesting. As a politician, though, well, there's going to be people who agree with what he does and like him, and there's going to be people who disagree with what he does and don't like him. And that doesn't just apply to Justin Trudeau, it applies to Donald Trump and really any other politician. And I'll tell you why. It's not because they're politicians. It's not because they are public figures. It's because they have the ability to make decisions that can add stress or perhaps reduce stress in people's lives, make people's lives easier or more difficult, or help people succeed or make it harder for them to succeed. So this is why people will always disagree or have issues with politicians, because politicians have that power. But here's the thing, when it comes to business owners, you have that power as well for your customers. You can make their lives easier, or you can make their lives harder, more stressful, less stressful, whatever it is, you have the ability to do that. And that's why there's going to be customers who can't stand you, and there's going to be other customers who absolutely love you, because their lives will be impacted by the decisions you make. So this brings up the question of how can you avoid pissing off your customers based on the decisions that you choose to make? And the truth is, you can't avoid pissing off some customers. I mean, there's going to be times where, for example, you'll discount your products, you'll have a sale. Well, guess what? The customers who bought products before the sale are going to be upset. There's going to be times when you have to increase your prices because sometimes your costs go up. There's going to be customers who are upset about that. There's going to be times when you have to change your delivery schedule. There's going to be times when you have to reduce the number of services you offer or the products you offer. There's going to be a lot of decisions you're going to have to make in order to help your business be profitable. And sometimes there's going to be customers that aren't happy about this. Now, you could always ask your customers to understand, and you can spend your time explaining to them the fact that prices will go up or products and services will change, and you can try to put a spin on it, how it helps them. It's for the greater good, it benefits them. But the truth is, they're not going to care, and you can't expect them to care. You see, customers are looking out for one person, and that's themselves. They don't care about your internal issues. They don't care about staffing issues, costs, overhead, product availability. They don't care about any of that stuff. Your attitude is, what can you do for me? And you know what? You can't blame them for that. So that kind of leaves you in a bit of a pinch, because your business has to go on. You have to look out for number one, you got to be profitable. So what can you do to make sure that you still run your business in a way that works for you without upsetting your customers? So if I can give you one piece of advice, it's this, and that is to just not care. Like, I mean, you're probably thinking, what do you mean, like, don't care about pissing off my customers? And I'm like, yeah, you know what, when it comes to making decisions that's good for your business, keep them in mind. I mean, obviously, you're not going to make decisions that will directly hurt your customers in the fact that, you're motivated to make their lives more difficult, okay? But I understand that you are running a business, and they may not care, but you know what, they'll care even more when you go under and you're not available to them at all. So here's the thing. You think General Motors asked their customers if they cared when they had to get rid of Pontiac or Hummer? Do you think McDonald's cared what their customers thought when they had to get rid of McPizza? No, you know what? Companies have to do what works for them, and you have to do what works for you. And you know what? It's going to upset some customers, but that's life. It's going to happen because they have their own agenda, which may not be the same as yours. And you know what? The fact is, if they're going to leave you because you've upped your prices or you've had to change some products and services, well, number one, chances are your competitors are going to have to do the same thing. Number two, they were probably never really yours to begin with then. They were just buying from you out of, well, perhaps just out of convenience. And number three, there's a good chance they're going to come back anyway. Because if you're that awesome a business, sure, they might leave you to check out a competitor or try something else. But you know what? If there's value, if you can create a great customer experience, if you can make the transaction easy, convenient, and stress-free, they will come back. Now, you might have some opinions on this. You might think I'm wrong, but that's okay because, quite frankly, well, I don't care either. But you know what? If you want to make some comments about it, if you want to share your thoughts, post them down below. You know I'll answer back. And if you have an idea for your own Mark TV episode, let me know, and I'd love to post it. So until next time, I'm Mark Gordon, and you've been watching Mark TV.